What's up? In this episode, we're going to talk about my personal favorite, tequila. Tequila. We all know it so well. Now, luckily for me, I've never gone the fifth of Jose Cuervo to the Dome in one night route, so I've always maintained a pretty good relationship with tequila. As I'm sure you're aware, tequila itself is the local brew from the area by the same name in mainland Mexico. It's distilled from the blue agave plant, which, side note, you may have heard of Mezcal, which is similar to tequila, that is also made from the agave plant, but it's a slightly different type of alcohol on its own. So we'll talk about that a little bit later. Now, one of the things I found interesting when I was doing research for this video is that there are only about 100 distilleries in all of Mexico, but there are over 900 brands of tequila that are bottled and sold. That means that if you had every brand and type of tequila that is made in front of you, only about 1 in 9 of those bottles that you see on the shelf actually distills and bottles their own tequila. And I'm sure there's variations in the exact recipe of distillation, but it's highly likely that many lower end tequilas and generic brands are often the same exact product. Just another reminder of why you shouldn't drink the cheap stuff. Okay, so there are a few main types of tequilas. Silver or white or platinum is tequila that hasn't been aged before bottled after it's distilled. Now, this doesn't mean that it can't be quality, right? Because if you remember from the distillation video, I talk about how a clear liquor can gain quality from multiple rounds of distillation. Now, also, the silver tequilas tend to be closest to the true flavor of fresh distilled tequila, which some people prefer. The next category, I don't have bottles, but Joven, which is the Spanish word for young, and gold tequilas. Tequilas labeled Joven can be high quality if it's blended together with quality silver tequila and quality aged or extra aged tequila. The difference is that gold labeled tequila can be cheaper and lower quality as it gets its gold color from flavored caramel coloring, even glycerin or sugar-based syrup. Now, Reposado tequilas have been aged for a short period, and in order to receive an official government-approved stamp, the final product of these reposados must be aged in 200 liter or bigger white oak barrels for at least 2 months. And many quality reposados are usually aged at least 6 months or more. Now, to receive an Anejo distinction, a tequila has to be aged for at least 12 months. Now, there's also ultra super Anejo tequilas that are aged for at least 3 years, but distillers create different versions of each of these categories with various lengths of aging and everything in between. What about the worm in the bottle of tequila? The Tequila Regulatory Council doesn't allow worms or any other critters to be included in a bottle of tequila. And if there is a worm or bug or any type of thing in the bottom of the bottle, that's a universal gringo sign that it's a mezcal and not tequila. Only certain mezcals, usually from the state of Oaxaca, are actually ever sold con gusano, meaning with worm. Most of the time, the worms and even scorpions, surprisingly enough, that you see in the gift shop bottles all over Mexico are added as a marketing gimmick and are usually not traditional mezcal. Now, the worms that you do see are actually the larval form of a certain moth that lives on the agave plant. All right, that's it for this episode. Make sure to be careful, as too much tequila can put a nasty hangover in your head. I'm Jason, and this has been making you a bartending pro. I'll see you next time. Take care. For more, check out these playlists. And subscribe to get new videos.